internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to walk you through all the notebooks and planners that I actually ended up using for 2020, and I actually thought I wouldn't use all the planners that I showed you back in the video I filmed. I actually don't know when I filmed it. I think it might have been in February, but I actually have used a lot of different planners, not consistently, but I have used quite a few, which kind of surprises me because I feel like for 2021 I really want to downsize and use less. I say that now, but my experimental want to try all the planners self probably is going to still try a bunch of different planners. Anyways, if you want to see what planners and notebooks I'm going to use for 2021, hopefully I'll release that video later in December because I still have no idea and I'm still trying to work that out. Alright, so the first planner is this one here. This is my Whistle and Birch planner, and I mostly use this for, at first it was for planning, like plan with me, like planning is what I'm talking about, like for actual planning, but gradually over the months it has turned into a bit of a journal with me memory keep planner. And so the story behind this is, if you haven't caught up, I used to use the Erin Condren Life Planner. It is very, very popular. However, because of everything that happened during the year, and you can easily Google this stuff, so I won't get into it, I decided to distance myself and just generally try to avoid using Erin Condren planners. I have no judgment for those who want to use them, but that's just my personal choice. And so that's why the first half of the year is all in my Erin Condren Life Planner. And then from August onward, you'll find everything in my Whistle and Birch planner. I am going to be using Whistle and Birch next year for 2021. So this is pretty much my staple planner going forward. So the other planner that is seen better days and I use to death is my bullet journal, and I am intending to have bullet journal next year as well. Actually, that's kind of still something I'm trying to debate. I'm trying to work out if I should have one bullet journal or two bullet journals, and I'll explain that in the video for 2021. But basically this has been my massive to-do list of doom. Anything that I have to do I keep in here, which is why I'm kind of reluctant to flip through, because there's actually a lot of personal and work related stuff that probably I'd need to blank out if I was to show on the internet, so I can't really do a bullet journal flip through, so I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, I've used this extensively. I've tried to color code the months, so you can see there's January, February, March, and so on and so forth. And the downside, which I thought wouldn't be an issue with this Archer and Olive, sorry, did I tell you it was an Archer and Olive journal? This is an Archer and Olive dot grid notebook. I thought I wouldn't have any crinkling issues because I did do a lot of, I'm just trying to flip to the pages where I have a lot of watercolors. Like you can see, it's very watercolor heavy. I thought it wouldn't be an issue because the paper was supposed to be quite thick, but if you do use extensive watercoloring, if you do this for example, the paper will still crinkle, and so you'll get a bit of that crinkle effect, which I don't know, I don't think I mind it. I'm just trying to I'm the sort of person that likes to compartmentalize things. So for example, in this particular bullet journal, I didn't use any stickers, no washi tape, everything was just pen because I really didn't want to increase and bulk up the planner. Next year, I'm not really sure. I really miss using just anecdotal. I can't pronounce it. I really miss just using random washi tape and stickers whenever it felt appropriate, and I felt like I would have loved to use it more in the bullet journal. It just didn't work out because of the rules that I keep in my head. So we'll see what next year brings, but yes, I use this a lot as well. So some of the other notebooks that I did mention, I think I mentioned this, I can't quite remember because I didn't watch the video before filming this video, but it is what it is. This is a Mark's planner. I did say I would use this for my Japanese work, and I definitely did. Didn't do as much studying as I should have. You can see I've done a ton of vocab here, but this is basically where I store all my long-term Japanese work or studies. This notebook from Lihit Lab. I've had this notebook forever. This is the one I use for my actual Japanese lessons, and I'm just gonna have to keep the same notebook forever because all I do is just after I've used up all these pages, I take it out and add new refills into it. So I'm just forever using this notebook, and then I have another version of this where the rings are 3 times the size, and that's just where I keep all my old notes. So I think I've refreshed this notebook twice now, and it's still holding strong, and I love it because I associate it now. I associate this green so much with Japanese homework. And if I didn't have enough Japanese notebooks, I still have this one from Hobonichi. This is in the cousin size, and I'm just I have a card from Coffee Monster Co, but you can see I'm just basically translating manga in this one, just as a side thing, although quite honestly, I have not sat down to do much translation in quite a long time now. But to be honest, you're probably going to see these 3 in my 2021 video because I still use them, and it's just kind of an ongoing thing. Since this is here, I will just show you, this is my work notebook. I obviously won't flip through it because it has a lot of sensitive information, but let me assure you the inside is not at all neat. It is probably my most messy notebook ever because this is where I take notes during meetings when I just jot stuff down. So it's kind of all over the place, and I'm going to keep using it until I fill it up. I think I'm literally only a little bit halfway through because half the time I will type up my notes, and then some reason other times I will write down my notes. So yeah, and I just stick random stickers that I wouldn't want to use anywhere else. I just felt like it would be, I don't know, I think I get bored, so I just put them down here. And so I think by the end, when this whole notebook is filled out, you will probably see it covered in stickers. So this is another small ring-bound planner, and basically I actually don't remember the brand name for this because I bought it from Yodobashi when I was in Japan a couple years ago, and I had intended to use this for something, and then I completely forgot. I think I was trying to actually do a little bit of light planning in here, but now I haven't. So now I actually use this to keep track of my Animal Crossing journey. So like all the bugs that I've captured, all the paintings I still need to capture or buy to give to the museum. So yeah, it's not really extensively used. Like you can see there's a lot of pages here that don't have anything in it, so it is a little bit of a like scrap notebook journal, I suppose. But yeah, I just like to keep track of all my Animal Crossing adventures, so that's what I'm using it for. I am technically using it, so I thought I'd feature it here. Now let's move on to some Hobonichi, and I actually have been going back and forth a lot on Hobonichi this year. It's so strange. So I started off using the cousin as my work journal, but then as you saw, I've been pretty much doing notes in here, so I haven't really been taking notes in here, so it's gone pretty much like kind of partially used but not fully used. And I've kind of found myself doing that with a lot of new journals where I'll use it for a couple weeks and then I'll stop, and then I might come back to it another couple weeks. I just like to bounce around journals. I don't know if 2021 is going to be like that. I kind of feel like it might, because it gives me an opportunity to try out different journals and see if I really like them. And then sometimes my planning style changes as well, so then I go back to old journals to see if I enjoy it. I guess there's really no hard and fast rule. You just can do whatever you want, and that's kind of what I'm doing. You may see the same covers next year when I feature my Hobonichi journals, because I do like these covers, and I'm trying to stop buying new covers because I really don't see the point, since I think I have like my 2 best combo, although I did buy that new washi tape one, so I might use that for next year, not sure. Anyways, this is the cousin, this is the original size, and I've been using this for my things I can, things I can't change, which I should write it every day. I tend to only do it when I'm getting really stressed and my anxiety levels are getting high, but yeah, I'm obviously not going to flip through that because I find that to be pretty personal, but I feel like it's very good for my mental health and it's been helping me a lot. So I'm still going to use the original version for that same purpose next year. And then we have the weeks, which I have been buying weeks for a while. I kind of on and off tried it, but this year for some reason I got really inspired to try it, and so I have no idea what I've put in here. I really hope, but you can see I filled out quite a few pages. Yeah, I don't think there's anything sensitive in here. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. You can see I kind of got really into it about in the middle of the year, or around September or August. This is what I mean. I'm like kind of like dabbling in it when I feel like it, and then I don't, and then so some weeks like this are completely empty. So that's kind of how the weeks planner has been for me, and I'm getting a lot of sun coming through my window. That's why the lighting is changing. But one thing I'm setting up at the back, and actually this will make more sense when I show you my other journal, is that I've really enjoyed hourly tracking, and I've ran out of space in one of my other notebooks that I've been using, which is this one. So I've started writing out the hourlies for like December. So you can see in the notes section at the back, I've just been drawing it up to fill in eventually. And Part of me wonders whether next year I'll use the Hobonichi weeks, where I'll use this for like generally planning out my weeks, and then I'll do the hourly section at the back. I don't know, I'm just like in planner unsureness right now. So, and I usually use this to track things that are stuff on the go, if that makes sense. Not that I've been leaving the house very much, but when I do leave the house, this is light enough for me to carry. So anything I need to do when I'm out, like my grocery, that's why you see my grocery shopping list in here quite a bit, because I can literally take it with me and then just note as I go along. But my bullet journal will have like a complete list of to-dos, but that's something that always stays on my desk just because it is heavier. So there is a little bit of like copy and repetition between the two, but only on the weeks that I feel like I need it. So that's what the weeks are for. Okay, I think this would be a new journal that I wasn't expecting. Actually, I've got this black one here. Let me just show you this one quickly. This is a Leutram 5-year journal, and I've been using this as my gratitude journal. So I'm really hoping that after 5 years, you'll see a ton of gratitudes in it. But yeah, that's what I've been using it for. And I'm probably not going to flip to that either. I'm really sorry I'm not flipping through a lot of my journals. It's just that because I use them for more personal reasons, which I feel like a lot of people use journals for personal reasons. Some of them I feel like I can flip on the internet, and others not so much. So it is kind of what it is. So you guys would have seen a flip through of this one. It is like a traveler notebook style from Simply Gilded, and basically they have these inserts that come every month. So I've been using this quite a lot. I've kind of slowed down, so I took out one of the inserts. It's right here, but I've really slowed down using this. I went really hard on this for a few months, and then I went to the Hobonichi weeks, and then I stopped using this, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it next year. I might, like, that's the thing, I could pick it up in March and decide that I want to use it, so it is what it is. But this is the hourly tracker that I made for myself. So it's just a notebook that I drew it up, and I really, really love this layout. But I filled up this notebook and there was only like a month left to the year. That's why I put the rest in my Hobonichi weeks. When it comes to next year, I'm really not sure yet. I don't know how I'm going to be setting up all this. I would just love to have one planner that has everything and I don't have the desire to move out of it and I could just stay in it. But we all know that is not true. That's why I have this channel, so I can kind of like share my addiction. But those are all the planners and notebooks I used for 2020. As you can see, it was actually quite a lot in the end. And there's definitely some that I featured at the start of the year that I don't use anymore, but they may make a reappearance, so who knows. Anyways, I really hope you found this video interesting, and I hope that my 2021 video is a little bit more cohesive. Probably not, but let's hope for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Celina returning from my room. Back to internet.